Hey, what's up, people? Pizzal here, and today I want to talk to you guys about 2018's Venom. Now, this is partially going to be a review of the movie as well as a review of this Blu-ray release from Sony. And I feel like I have to preface this review by saying that I approached Venom as someone who is not a big fan of comic book movies. Especially comic book movies these days, because I feel like we are just deluged with comic book movies, whether it be the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Cinematic Universe, what have you. It just seems like there's a different comic book movie in theaters every weekend, and it's complete oversaturation. So I am not someone who is, in line opening weekend for all of the Marvel movies or the DC movies. I've fallen way behind on all of the Marvel movies because the Marvel Cinematic Universe is freaking enormous. So, and honestly, I have no desire to catch up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and really the DCEU. I mean, it's just kind of a mess. I will go watch Aquaman because Jeremy wants to go watch Aquaman, so I will go watch Aquaman with Jeremy because he wants to see it. I also approached this movie not as a hardcore Venom fan. Sure, I read Venom comics growing up. I'm aware of the character. I thought the character was really cool, but I was not a hardcore Venom fan. And I know a lot of hardcore Venom fans seem to really hate this movie. I approached Venom as just a casual moviegoer and someone who is tolerant of comic book movies. And I had a really good time with Venom. I really liked this movie. I don't know if I want to bore you guys with a plot, synopsis, or anything like that. It's Venom, for God's sake. Tom Hardy plays Eddie Brock, who finds himself host to an alien symbiote-type creature who, when they combine, they create Venom. When they have incredible powers, there's these other alien symbiotes in Earth. They're wanting to come to Earth and unleash, havoc and basically eat everybody on Earth. That's pretty much it. And now it's up to Eddie Brock and Venom to make sure that that doesn't happen. Now, from a comic book action movie point of view, Venom was a lot of fun. You've got a lot of great chase sequences in this film. You got a lot of great fight sequences in this film. It's just an action-packed movie. Yet, on the other hand, we still get those really nice character-y moments. There's some nice moments between Eddie Brock and I believe his love interest in the film. Her name is Anne, played by Michelle Williams. But really the heart and soul of this movie is the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom. And I loved their repartee. I loved just the back and forth banter between those two. It instantly kind of humanized Venom, and at the same time make you like Eddie Brock. Because in the beginning, he's kind of, his heart is in the right place, but his head is kind of up his rear. Now, Venom, when he comes to Earth, he's on board with wanting to basically just eat everybody, but once he combines, once he is attached to Eddie Brock's humanity sort of fills Venom and makes Venom go, hey, Earth is a pretty cool place, and you know what I mean? You're a loser. I'm kind of a loser. Let's, stop these other symbiotes from eating everybody. Tom Hardy, I thought, was great as Eddie Brock, and just Tom Hardy's performance from a physical point of view. I mean, he really seems to have dove into this character feet first. I mean, he's very intense. Tom Hardy's just an intense actor, period, but he's like extra intense as Venom, and with the action sequences, and he really seemed to, like I said, just be giving it his all. Michelle Williams is great in pretty much everything, and they actually give her more to do in this film than just be, the love interest or the damsel in distress, and I dug that. The pacing is good. The dialogue is pretty good. There's lots of one-liners. There's some legitimately funny moments in the film as well. Venom is a very hungry symbiote, and he what he puts Eddie Brock through in order to get a meal is pretty comical. Just overall, Venom from a comic book movie point of view is pretty good. From an action movie point of view, it's pretty good. The characters in the film are good. The acting is good. The writing is pretty good. It's a well-made film. It's a well-shot film. The pacing is on. I can't think of too many negative things to say about Venom. You could definitely tell that this movie was sort of brought down a notch or two to keep the PG-13 rating. There's a lot of violence in this movie. There's a lot of people who die in this movie. We're talking about people getting their heads bitten off, people being run through with, blades, people getting messed up really, really bad. And I don't think there was a single drop of blood in this movie. And from my understanding, there were large portions of this film cut out to retain that PG-13 rating. However, it didn't feel like The Suicide Squad, for instance, in which it just felt like it was a movie that was Frankenstein together out of, reshoots and, just scenes that scream, this is a reshoot, this is a reshoot. And, it just feels, cut with a hatchet and patched together by, Leatherface or something. It didn't feel that way at all. I really enjoyed Venom. I highly recommend it. I wish I hadn't missed it in the theaters, even though the, $10 theater ticket that I would have, bought to watch Venom. The movie certainly didn't miss it at the box office. This movie made an enormous amount of money. There will definitely be more Venom films. Without giving too much away, there is a post-credit sequence in this film. I'm sure you guys have all heard about it by now. All I can say is I'm totally in for Venom 2 or Venom Carnage, wink wink, if that's what they call the next Venom movie. I'm definitely in. If you missed Venom in theaters, I definitely recommend it. Check it out. This Blu-ray would be a great way to introduce yourself to the film. If you saw Venom in theaters and you liked it and you want to own it, this Blu-ray would be a great addition to your collection. Let's check out the presentation first. We get a slipcover here. This is a DVD, Blu-ray, and digital code release. As far as the picture quality and sound quality are concerned, I'd give them both a solid 4.5 out of 5. The movie looked great. The movie sounded great. As far as extras are concerned, you can choose to watch the movie with Venom mode on, which Venom mode, when engaged, will provide informative pop-ups during the feature to provide you with insights on the movie's relationship to the comics and reveal hidden references that even a seasoned Venom fan may have missed. Very interesting. We get 5 minutes of deleted and extended scenes. We have from symbiote to screen, which is 20 minutes and 3 seconds in length. It's interviews with director Ruben Fleischer, Tom Hardy, Kevin Smith, producer Avi Arad, Riz Ahmed, Jenny Slate, Michelle Williams, and others, in which they discuss the history of Venom in the comics and how the story was adapted for the film. They discuss bringing the character to the big screen, Venom's abilities, his status as an anti-hero, Tom Hardy's performance, etc. They discuss Carnage and where they plan to go with future films in the Venomverse. Very nice making of featurette for Venom. Next up, we have the Antihero. It's 10 minutes and 1 second in length. Kevin Smith, co-writer Jeff Pinkter, Avi Arad, Ruben Fleischer, Tom Hardy, and others discuss Venom as an anti-hero. Next up, we have The Lethal Protector in action. It's 9 minutes and 14 seconds in length, in which Tom Hardy, visual effects supervisor Paul Franklin, Ruben Fleischer, stunt coordinator Chris O'Hara, and others discuss the action sequences and the stunts in Venom. Next up, we have Designing Venom. It's 5 minutes and 34 seconds in length. Ruben Fleischer, Jeff Pinker, production designer Oliver Shaw, producer Matt Tolmack, Kevin Smith, and others discuss the look of Venom across his different appearances in the comics and how they designed the look of Venom for the film. Next up, we have Symbiote Secrets. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds in length, in which Easter eggs in the film are explored and linked back to their comic origins. Very interesting. We get select scenes previs, which are select sequences before the visual effects were added to them. We get music videos, we get a sneak peek at Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and we get previews. This is a very nice Blu-ray release for Venom. If you've not seen the film, again, I highly recommend it. If you saw the film in theaters and you want to bring it home and add it to your collection, this Blu-ray would be a great addition to that collection. The picture quality and the sound quality are both fantastic, and we get a lot of extras. Now, I dug the fact that this Blu-ray release gave us a lot of extras. What we see too often these days are Blu-ray releases for these big hit movies where the initial release has, 1 or 2 extras on it, and then 6 months or a year later, they do the special edition with more extras on it, and then like a year or 2 later, they do the deluxe special edition 2-disc with even more extras, and it's just milk, milk, milk. I did dig the fact that this release had quite a few really nice extras on it, so I dug that. Kudos to Sony for that. If you've seen Venom, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys out there are all having a great, safe, healthy, and happy holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the $1 a Month Club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons, Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, B-Movie Mike, Robert Sobel, Turi Delamore, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Mitch Odell, Farron Sutton, Craig Farrand, Jeremiah Lambert, Grindhouse Grotto, Joseph Charlesworth, Chris Earls, Derek Jana, Demon Waffles, Tim Williams, Stone Gassman, Zachary Barton, Mr. Bibby86, James Welch, Eli Geisler, Jeff Overing, Cliff Hostetter, Kyle McGuire, Jay the Stingray, Lorne Dixon, Travis Davis, and Dave Barnes. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.